in America, since the year, I believe 1990, don't quote me on this. Again, my numbers are not going to be precise. These are roughly taken from my memory. In America from 1990 to this moment, there are no jobs available that anyone with an IQ below 80 is capable of doing.
That's fair, yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
80 is pretty low, but it's not that low. And what I mean by that is, among white Americans, 10% of white Americans have an IQ below 80. So it means for 10% of adult whites in America, there is no job they can do if their life depends on it. And more work ethic and work harder and believe in yourself and blah, 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 that changes nothing. That won't help you. Right, so we're talking something like 10% of whites in America, and I won't go into other racial disparities because I don't want to be called a race. Yeah. All right, so for 10% of American adults, there are no jobs available, and that's today, right? And by the way, that wasn't true in the 50s and 60s. In the 50s and 60s, if you had an IQ of 70 or 75, there were jobs you could do. It's just those super simple jobs have all been eliminated by automation or outsourcing. Does that make sense?
Absolutely, yeah.
Like, as automation gets better and better and better and better, we will eliminate more and more of the super simple jobs that a low IQ person could do. And the minimum IQ a human needs to have such that they can do jobs better than a machine or an AI could is going to go up, right? So right now in America, the minimum IQ you need to get a job is 80. I think by the time I finish the sentence, it's going to be 85, right?
Yeah.
And that's depending on how good the AI gets and depending on how good the automation gets. It could get to the point where the minimum IQ you need to do a job better than automation can is 90, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so 80 and below eliminated, that's 10% of people. 85 and below, it's 15%. 90 and below, once we get to a world where there's no jobs for anyone with an IQ below 90, 40% of Americans will be eternally jobless, right? Because 90 and below is 40% of the population, because 90 is the 40th percentile. Does that make sense?
Yeah, perfect sense.
Bob, I have a follow-up question there.
Sure.
I'm sorry to interrupt there. Yeah, so with regard to that large percentage of the population, not being able to have a job.
Actually,
I mean,
let me just
go ahead.
finish one.
Sorry.
So right now, let's say it's 80 and below, there's no jobs for them. That's not scary. If 10% of people are in a state of despair, it's okay. Society can go on. 85 and below, I'm not scared. 15% of people are in a state of despair, it's okay. Society can go on. However, once you hit 90 and below, and we have 40% of people for whom there is no place for them in this world, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Once you hit that, and we're not anywhere near there, but I'm saying maybe 20 years in the future when the AI and the automation is way better, we could get there. Okay, once you hit that, your civilization is doomed. Okay, a civilization will not survive if 40% of young men who have access to guns think they have nothing to lose. Okay, that is not going to be a stable, thriving civilization. Right. So some degree of universal basic income, something like that, is going to be necessary. Right. The Wall Street Playboys talk about UBL, Universal Basic Living. I call it UBI, Universal Basic Income. Call it whatever you want, but there's going to be a point where you have to give them free money, because if you don't do it, they're just going to burn everything down.
In the history of the world, virtually nobody has ever gone from the bottom of the macro dominance hierarchy to the top without breaking rules. In life, you have two choices. Be an ignorant fool or a brilliant strategist. Buy the audiobook now to learn how to be the latter. Scroll down to find the link in the description. Click on the link. Purchase it now. Listen to the entire audiobook from start to finish. Then, watch your life transform.